I think people make mountains out of molehills with stuff.
Where is he?
Model Adrianne Curry is doubling down on her criticism of Melanie Lynskey, who blazed her way into The Last of Us in episode 4, playing a character that was specifically created for the TV show.
Kathleen is a tough woman. She's a very principled woman, but she definitely has a dark side.
Neil Druckmann, the man behind the TV adaptation, who is also the man behind the video game, explained why the character of Kathleen was created.
This was another thing that we discussed early on. How do we personify this group? Because in the game, they were just an obstacle. So with the character of Kathleen, we get to see that she's this ruthless leader, and she clearly has the respect of this group that managed to take down a quarantine zone.
Find who did this. Find every collaborator and kill them all.
A lot of people loved seeing the Emmy nominee pop up in the series. Adrianne Curry did not.
We're the leaders of the rebellion with the guns and the fighting, and I was like, I don't find this believable.
So Adrianne saw this photo of Melanie and tweeted about it. Her body says life of luxury, not post-apocalyptic warlord. Where's Linda Hamilton when you need her? Adrianne would be referring to Linda's character in the Terminator series, Sarah Connor.
You bought that she was militant, unhinged. She didn't come off as a beauty queen. She wasn't like a skinny arm check like Get You. She was like nuts, right? That character was more believable to me, but I still don't think she'd be able to lead a world of men. That's why it took her son to do it.
I'll be back.
Melanie responded, "First, this is a photo from my cover shoot for InStyle magazine and not a still from HBO's The Last of Us, and I'm playing a person who meticulously planned and executed an overthrow of Fedra. I'm supposed to be smart, ma'am. I don't need to be muscly. That's what henchmen are for."
Haven't you heard? Kansas City is free.
Jeffrey Pierce, who plays Perry, one of her henchmen, replied to Melanie, "That's 100% what I'm here for."
Kathleen is the leader of the resistance, and because of Perry's past in the military, he is willing to follow her lead.
Adrianne did delete her original tweet, but she did respond to someone else, not Melanie, but she did respond to someone else writing this. "I'm sick of people like you bothering me over a nerd review of a nerd show that an actor took personally. She's not her character. She's a hired actor to play a character."
I'm definitely not attacking actors or actresses that play roles.
So Adrianne is making the distinction that she doesn't believe that someone who physically appears that way could lead a group of people. Okay.
It ends the way it ends.
Like I said last week, I haven't seen this show yet. So when I saw this story, there were two things I thought could maybe somewhat explain what Adrianne was trying to say here. I thought maybe Melanie looks really different from how Kathleen looked in the video game. But nope, Kathleen was not in the video game. She's an original character, so there's no comparison to be made there. Okay. Then I thought, with that photo, yeah, that would be a ridiculous attire for the leader of a resistance in a post-apocalyptic world to be wearing, and maybe it's easy to mistake that being a photo from The Last of Us. And then I saw Melanie's wardrobe for The Last of Us. That photo isn't even the same ballpark of what Kathleen wears. After her comments made headlines, Adrianne took to Instagram Live and made it clear that she doesn't believe that any woman would be in a position of power in a post-apocalyptic world.
I wouldn't find myself believable as some Walking Dead leader of a huge group of survivors because I'm a skinny lady who 98% of men, probably more, can kick my ass.
So it's broad over brains for Adrianne. I think that's a very simplistic approach to things. Even if you believe across the board that women are physically inferior to men, I think it's closed-minded to think that they wouldn't stand a chance in the breakdown of civilization. I can't believe I'm going to use him as an example, but Donald Trump, he was not physically threatening to people, nor physically appealing to people. He didn't exude intelligence to win people over, but he tapped into a lot of American psyche and made them believe that he was the leader for them, even though everything on paper and everything in reality told you otherwise. Yeah, so people can be psychologically manipulated, and it can be a lot more effective than simply beating someone up. Like, you have so little faith in women, Adrianne.
The woman is in charge and she'll get you. And I'm like, that isn't believable to me.
What do you think of Adrianne saying she can't believe Melanie Lynskey as Kathleen because Melanie doesn't appear to be a physical threat?